Welcome to today's session. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you're joining us today. Thank you very much for being here today. In this session, we will explore the opportunities that bring study in the US and specifically in this great university that is Avila University. Sorry. Thank you very much for joining us here today. We really appreciate your time here. My name is Valentina Mani, Community Engagement Manager at Global University Systems. And with me, I have two exceptional speakers. Please welcome Dr. Alan Martin, International Recruitment and Retention Coordinator at Avila University. Hello, Alan. How are you today?
Hi, Valentina. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much for being here today.
My
Also, I
pleasure.
would like to welcome Anmol Dhawan, who is a Senior Business Development Manager at InUni Global. Hi, Anmol. How are you?
Hi, Valentina. Thanks for this introduction. I'm looking forward to an impactful session today. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to what you have to say to us today about Avila and about the USA. I just want to remind everyone that this session is being recorded and will be shared with all of you who have registered afterwards. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the Q&A box below, and we'll be glad to take them to our speakers today. Okay, so moving on to today's webinar, I would like to start with you, Anmol. Could you kindly tell us why the US is an incredible destination for international students?
Sure, Valentina. Thanks. Hello, all. Again, I would like to thank you all for joining today's session. I know a lot of our partners have joined on a slightly shorter notice, but I'm grateful. I can see a lot of attendees, on my screen. So thanks a lot again for joining in. So I would like to start, Valentina, with something which is I would say more than just numbers, right? It is a reflection of trust that US has, the kind of global opportunities that are there in the US ecosystem. Um, I can see because of the competitive nature that is there right now, Valentina, when it comes to the study abroad landscape, still US has reaffirmed its positions, and we can see on the screens the emerging future research series data. USA with 24%, 24% people worldwide still prefer to go to USA as the first choice, right? And this is because of a lot of factors, Valentina, and here and there when we are talking to our students, when we are observing the global trends in the the education landscape, we have a lot of factors, and I'm sure we'll be discussing these factors in today's webinars, along with Dr. Allen's insights into Avila University and how Avila has positioned itself in this ecosystem, right? So before we move in the next slide, thank you so much, Valentina. I was reading an article today, Valentina, and that was very interesting. U.S. Department of Education and U.S. Department of State, and that was in headlines all across India. I'm not sure about other countries, but in Indian newspapers, it was the headlines that they have instructed consulates worldwide to push for US visa slots. So that is a clear indication, to all our partners, to all our students who are looking forward to join that league. US is still very welcoming. They are open. They are very much focused towards attracting global talent to the amazing universities, probably more than 4,000 schools that are there in USA. So again, with the same series, the report that we had just discussed, on your screens, we can see the data USA from 2022 to 2024. Lot of up and downs. I can see Australia, UK, and Canada also competing, with numbers, but still, we see USA as the topmost choice, for our students worldwide. Valentina. So yes, few factors, few facts that our team has tried to put it in one slide, but I'm sure we can't put all the good things, all the USPs that a student gets when they choose to study in USA in this one slide. But still, world's strongest economy, no doubt in it. Every possible nation looks up to USA to get that kind of economic strength. That's true. We have more than 1 million students, who are international students in USA right now. So, we can believe, that's a very good sign how welcoming the campuses are, what kind of study environment it is. We have inclusive campuses in US. Then US has 5 cities in top 50 QS student cities for 2024. Generally, I don't know about other countries, but India, and we focus a lot. We give a lot of authenticity to the QS reports, to the QS rankings. We consider it as the most authentic source. And US has 5 cities, and those 25, the list of top 50 QS student cities. Then again, number one in global innovation leaders, across North America. So that's another point, to add. Then definitely OPT, I would like to stress on this point. Um, Students have this opportunity, and I was reading in an article that the best ROI, if a student is looking for the best ROI for a degree, that is always a US degree. And OPT or CPT opportunities generally contributes a lot. Student has around 3 years of time to get that kind of experience, to get that kind of hands-on learning when they are in USA. So that is very important, especially when it comes to STEM programs. I see a lot of students are interested, a lot of students are applying, and they are getting that kind of return on their investment. So that's a very important point that is mentioned. Then yes, very importantly, international students are very important for US as a whole. They account 6% of total US higher educated population. That is very important. And as I was mentioning, that reaffirms that how important international students are for us. So can we go to the next slide, Valentina? Thank you so much. Overview of the US education system. Yes, as I was mentioning, there are around 4,000 higher education institutes. I see a lot of them have already registered with Education USA. And the most important fact is that I see a lot of universities coming to South Asia region now, right? There are a lot of schools who are looking forward to recruit from Asia, looking forward to recruit from countries like India, Pakistan, Nepal. And we can see that traction building up with international students, right? That economic contribution is also a very, very important point. There is $43.8 billion. That's a good sum that is being injected by international students in the economy. So again, a very important point to mention, the kind of importance that international students hold when it comes to US economy. Then job support, the spending supported 378,175 jobs. What I feel is generally, in my opinion, the US system has made it in a way, which is directly translating, the skills that students get, they are directly translating into workplace. All the programs, especially when it comes to Avila, I see, all our programs are designed in a way to give that kind of, exposure, that kind of, making the student ready for the job market. So this has always been the priority, and this is a huge difference between a US education system and the education system that we see in other countries. So yes, taking this forward, I'm sure our partners would know about the differences between these higher education institutions in USA. We have public universities across USA. Then we have private universities. Some of them are not for profit, like Avila. Then we have private colleges and community colleges. I see majorly students choosing universities because they are more interested to get a degree, a good credit degree like a master's degree or a bachelor's degree when they are opting to study in USA. But then we have other options as well. Student support, I think I've covered a lot when it comes to student support. I was mentioning that the US model generally focuses on student support, and not only the support, but to make them ready for the upcoming job market, make them ready to get the best experience, to get the best opportunities when they have graduated, right? And every university had that kind of infrastructure in place. be it career development centers, like we have SLIPSA Center at Avila University, be it, student and professor mentorship sessions, be it, support in terms of immigration questions of OPT and CPT. So, US universities are very much dedicated to this kind of support, right? And at Avila, I'd like to hold, this, and I would like to request Dr. Allen to share his insights on how Avila has been supporting international students. I know a lot of international students have called Avila as their home now, Dr. Martin. So probably you can take over from here.
Yeah, certainly. And thank you very much, Anmol, for those insights. And your point on the return on investment being an important factor for international students holds very true. I myself was an F1 international student, came to the United States to pursue my graduate studies, and the ROI was important to me. And it's important to us here at Avila. So that's why we know that because studying in the US is an expensive endeavor, that you want to know that you're going somewhere where you have that support system in place to help you succeed, not just during your studies, but also going on afterwards, after graduation. So specifically at Avila, to support our students, we have the Slipitsa Center for Student Excellence. And that is the kind of overseer of all the different areas that we support our students. So we have, for example, a tutoring center, which provides free tutoring for supported classes across a wide range of courses that are the most popular and sometimes the most challenging courses. So courses like accounting, statistics, mathematics, finance, economics. You can find specific content tutoring support there. There are in-person walk-in hours, or you can schedule appointments with someone on our campus center. We also partner with TutorMe to provide online 24/7 tutoring available in any subject. We have a writing center, which is dedicated to assisting students with brainstorming, revising, and formatting course papers, drafting resumes and cover letters for job applications, even preparing for presentations. That, again, is a free service that can offer online and in-person tutoring consultations, both for undergraduate and graduate students. We have a student success coaching area, which is also connected with our academic advising that provides students with academic success planning, helping with goal setting, success workshops, assisting with the registration process every term, and other holistic support to ensure students have every opportunity that they can be provided with to graduate on time. We have a career services, which again is free. It offers virtual or in-person appointments. The appointment types could be for assistance in writing your resume and cover letter, career assessments, major exploration, digital professional development, job search, networking, internship search, interview preparation, mock interviews, job offer and salary negotiation, and even graduate or professional school exploration for those who are looking to continue their studies rather than work after their graduation. We even offer counseling services that are free to all Avila students. There is a free and confidential service. You'll never be forced to talk about anything you don't want to, but many of our students experience issues related to things like homesickness, adjusting to college, other mental health issues that we offer assistance for free that's on campus. We have Student Access Office, which helps students that require additional accommodations with any disabilities they may have to enable them to be just as successful as every other student on campus and have everything that they need to succeed. That office works not only with the student, but also with the other faculty and staff on campus to make sure that accommodations are being met where needed. And of course, we have our international student services, which assists with CEVIS registrations, helping students maintain their F1 status, I-20 updates, letters for applying for social security numbers, driver's licenses, certificates of enrollment, on-campus work authorization, and also applications for CPT and OPT, like Anmol was mentioning, is a very popular thing for our international students because they want to take advantage of these opportunities. So the international student services that we have assists with that. So we are dedicated to supporting our students and making sure that they have everything they need to succeed on campus and beyond.
Thank you, Dr. Martin and Anmol, for all that information. Well, certainly Avila University sounds like a very welcoming place with all that support that you give to international students. But I would like to continue with you, Alan. I would like you to know if you could tell us more about Kansas City and Avila University.
Certainly. So a little bit about Kansas City. We are located right in the center of the heartland of America in a region called the Midwest. You can see in that little icon in the middle, that red dot, we are about as inland as you can get in the continental United States. But we are one of the larger cities in the region. Kansas City has lots to offer, including world-class dining, shopping, and cultural attractions. We have state-of-the-art concert facilities at the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts. I was actually in attendance there this weekend. I went to see Turandot, the opera by the Kansas City Lyric Opera. Fantastic performance that attracts world-class performers to Kansas City. We also have world-class sports franchises. We have, and we are very proud of our Kansas City Chiefs, the NFL Super Bowl champions in 2020, 2023, and 2024. Also the Kansas City Royals, the baseball team, who were world champions in 2015. Also other cultural opportunities such as the National World War I Museum and Memorial, and more than 100 barbecue restaurants. Kansas City is quite famous for its barbecue food, and also a growing economy with jobs in education, healthcare, engineering, and business, which ties directly to this slide. Kansas has seen a 1.9% employment growth in 2023, exceeding the historical averages, and we're forecasted for an even greater growth for 2024 when those figures come in. And you could see the on the right-hand side a list of some of the more prominent employers in the Kansas City area, such as Cerner, Hush Blackwell, Honeywell, IBM, many of them in the tech sector. It is a running joke in the Kansas City area that it is very hard to go anywhere in public without running into someone who works at Cerner. It's one of the biggest employers that we have in the region. For our service sector strengths, the information services subsector is expected to grow another 3.3% in 2024. Professional business services are projected to grow 1.2%, and in education and health, we saw 3.7% growth in 2023, driven by healthcare and labor demand recovery. So we are definitely a rising economy within our region and nationwide. So about Avila University, of course, being in the suburbs of Kansas City, we are primed in an excellent location to offer our students a balance of having a comfortable experience in the suburbs where it's quieter, it's very green, it's very verdant, but also being very close to all of the amenities that you might want to enjoy from the larger metropolitan area in downtown Kansas City. It's about 15, 20 minutes away from our campus. But our university is a Catholic university. We have over 1,300 enrolled students. We've been a higher education institution since 1916, when we were originally founded as a two-year college. Our modern era began in 1963 when our new campus was constructed here in South Kansas City. And then we became Avila College. In 1969, we became fully coeducational. And in 1990, our official nickname was changed to the Avila Eagles. So we have a long history, especially in this region of Kansas City. And so we're a firmly established institution. We are very proud of the advantages that we have in the classroom, such as small class sizes. We have a very friendly student to faculty ratio within the class sizes, making sure that you are able to connect with your instructors in a personal way and receive that individual attention and instruction that you will need to succeed in the classroom. Not only that, but our faculty are very much the best of the best when it comes to the level of education they have received and experience that they have gained in their field. 70% of our professors hold a terminal degree or the highest degree that's available in their field. So we have that excellent blend of academic excellence and real world experience with those faculty to mentor you and help you through your degree process. We are a very diverse and inclusive community. We at Avila try to reflect Kansas City's diversity at large with students from dozens of countries on our campus, about a third of which are first generation college attendees. So they're the first people in their family to ever attended college. So we are proud of being an inclusive campus community, and also very proud of having a career-ready approach. As Anmol was mentioning earlier, our degrees are focused on making sure that our graduates are leaving with not only the technical and precise knowledge for their fields, but also the skills to succeed in the industry as the industry is today, which is maybe not the same as it was 15, 20 years ago, and often includes and requires a very diverse skill set. So many of our degrees have very specialized technical knowledge within them, but also broader applications such as managing teams, networking, and project management as well, built into those degrees to make sure our graduates are career ready. So that leads us into our development goals for your careers, because of course, we at Avila love to see you here as students, but we love nothing more than to see you graduate and go out into the world and contribute meaningfully to your fields. We just had a graduation ceremony on Saturday, this weekend actually, where we saw about 550 students walk across the stage and receive their diplomas, which was a very fulfilling experience. And so we want to see the same for you. So we try and develop you with the mindset of going out and being big players in your fields. So we are trying to foster a safe and supportive, equitable environment for your personal growth, provide you with inclusive opportunities for skill development and active participation, early career exploration, and you can be in discussions with your academic advisors and faculty as well to have that holistic developmental support. It will help you build a foundation for lifelong leadership in local and global communities, strengthen your career readiness, and help you to shape your professional identity, and also facilitate collaborations and connections for dynamic career exploration. And that's very much a team effort here at Avila between your International Student Services team, your academic advisors, and your faculty. So Anmol mentioned CPT and OPT, and there may be some of you out there that have questions about what that is, and maybe it's the first time you're hearing of it, or maybe you have heard of it but don't know much of the specifics. So I'd love to just give you some of the essential information so that you understand what those are and how they relate to degree programs here at Avila. So CPT is curricular practical training. This is a type of work authorization that you can receive while studying and while completing your degree. So the curricular part of the acronym is, of course, related to the curriculum of your degree of study. So the work that you would partake in as a CPT authorized work would be something that's related directly to your degree program and specifically to curriculum that's related to one of your specific courses. An example I can give of that is for many of our master's degrees, our capstone to complete the master's degree program can be one of two things. It can either be a project or it can be an internship of some kind, which for international students typically would be CPT. CPT can be paid or unpaid. It doesn't really make any difference whether you're receiving any kind of compensation for that or not. The main thing that is a factor in CPT is whether or not it is full-time or part-time. There is a limit to how much full-time CPT that you can receive. That is 12 months during the course of your degree period. As soon as you hit that 12-month mark, you would then no longer be eligible for OPT, optional practical training, which I'll talk about in a minute. So most of our students partake in some kind of part-time CPT during their time with us. All of the CPT work needs to be authorized by both the academic advisor and the International Student Services team, and it's an internal approval process. So it does not go through SEVP for that, but we do need to make sure that it's related to your degree program. And in order to apply for it, you must already have an offer of employment with a job description letter. By comparison, OPT, optional practical training, is something that you will complete after you have graduated. Typically, you'll apply for OPT somewhere between your graduation date and 90 days prior. So within that window of time, most people will apply, and you're eligible to apply for up to 12 months of eligibility to work within your field post-graduation. You may do so at each advancing degree level. So if you apply for OPT at the bachelor's degree level and receive 12 months of OPT, and then you did so again at the master's level, that is fine. You cannot do so in reverse. So we can't do master's, then bachelor's. And you also can't do master's and then another master's one. It all works out the same duration. The OPT employment is not, so the OPT approval is not contingent on an offer of employment. You can apply for OPT eligibility without any job offer. You would just need to upload the information about your job offer once you have been approved, but it must be related to your course of study. I mentioned previously that I myself was an F1 student. I also did OPT. My field was music education. So I actually had a number of smaller jobs that I worked in OPT. I was an adjunct faculty. I also was a musician as an educator and a performer. So those were all related to my field of music education. Uh, in your field, of course, whatever you're doing in OPT has to be related to your degree program, but you may have uh, multiple jobs at the same time. Uh, the process of applying for OPT requires initial approval from your DSO to make the application. Then the application goes through SEVP. For that, you'll need to submit Form I-765, and there's a fee involved with that. The whole process has to be approved by USCIS in order to give you that work authorization. If approved, you'll receive an employment authorization document, or EAD, which comes these days in the form of just a card. Once you receive that and your OPT is approved and you have that EAD in hand, you are then eligible to work for that period. And another thing that Anmol mentioned was about the OPT specific to STEM degrees. There is something specific to the eligibility for STEM degrees that allows those who are going through OPT to apply for additional time for their OPT process. So the standard issue time allotted for the completion of a degree is 12 months. But if your degree is classified as a STEM subject, then you can apply for an additional 24 months, so up to 36 months total. For that, you must be currently participating in your OPT, so you can't apply for the STEM immediately. You apply for it towards the end of your initial OPT run. You have to have received a science, technology, engineering, or mathematics degree at undergraduate level or higher, and you're seeking training opportunity related to that degree. So for example, my degree was music education. It is not considered STEM. I was not eligible for this 24 months extension. You will need to have received the qualifying STEM degree from a currently accredited SEVP certified college or university, which Avila University is. The employer from which you're seeking employment must use the E-Verify program. That you'll need to discuss with the employer themselves. You and your prospective employer must have completed signed Form I-983, the training plan for STEM OPT students. But we also have a team here that helps you specifically with this process. So although this seems like a lot of information to absorb at once, you're not expected to retain this and remember this until this point where you're applying for this. Our International Student Services team is set up to help you with the process. And we also have a specific CPT OPT coordinator on staff who specializes in this particular field to assist students with the process of applying. So these are the STEM degree offerings here at Avila University. So you can see the left-hand side, the undergraduate degrees, the bachelor's degrees, and the right-hand side are our graduate programs. These are all of the ones that we have that are classified by SAVP as STEM degrees. So by virtue of graduating from one of these degree programs, you'll be eligible to apply for that 24-month extension towards the end of your initial 12 months of OPT. And therefore, you'd be receiving the very best return on investment for your time studying here in the US, like Anmol was talking about.
Thank you very much, Dr. Martin, for all this information. Kansas City and Avila University seem to have everything an international student need to succeed on their career, especially with that OPTs and CPTs and the possibility to extend the OPT for STEM programs. So thank you very much for that, Alan. Okay, so with all that valuable information, I think we can close our session for today. I would like to thank Dr. Martin and Anmol for your time on giving us such valuable insights about Avila University and the USA as a destination. Thank you to our dear partners for attending our session today. Thank you for all your interactions throughout our webinar. If you have any questions that were not answered throughout our presentation today, please feel free to reach out to our team and they'll be glad to answer them for you. We really appreciate your time to be here today, and we wish you all a great rest of your day. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Thank you, Anmol. Have a great day.
Thank you, team.
Thank you, Valentina. Thank you, Amal. Thank you all.